was poisoned by Indonesian intelligence. I lost two oldest brothers, one brother-in-law, and three sons.
My brothers killed and executed in front of my eyes by the Indonesian military.
East Timor is a tiny country just 400 miles to the north of Australia. A Portuguese colony for more than 400 years, East Timor was invaded in 1975 by Indonesia, the fifth largest nation in the world, led by a military dictatorship. Indonesia has no historical nor legal claim to East Timor, yet its brutal occupation has met with mostly silence from the world's leading governments and international agencies.
What happened here 18 years ago happened mostly in secret, and this filming is being done in secret without the approval or knowledge of the Indonesian authorities. Journalists and independent observers are not welcome in East Timor. Two Australian television teams, including two Britons, were murdered here in 1975 by the Indonesian army for trying to breach the wall of silence that the regime in Jakarta and its Western allies had built around East Timor. As a result of the Indonesian invasion and occupation, some 200,000 people died here. That's a third of the population, or proportionately more than were killed in Cambodia under Pol Pot. They were killed resisting the invasion, they were murdered without reason, they died in concentration camps, and they starved. Perhaps genocide is too often used these days, but by any standards, that's what's happened here. And it happened mostly beyond the reach of the TV camera and the satellite dish, and with the connivance and complicity of Western governments, the same governments that were prepared to go to war against Saddam Hussein, but were not prepared in almost parallel circumstances to stop a rapacious invader that had broken every provision in the United Nations Charter and had defied no less than 10 United Nations sanctioning resolutions calling on it to withdraw from East Timor. "We should keep our heads down," said a British ambassador to Indonesia, "and let matters take their course." Letting matters take their course, the governments of Britain, the United States, Australia and others supplied the means by which the regime in Jakarta has bled East Timor. This film is the story of that bleeding and of a cover-up that tells us much about the selectivity and aims of great power and how the modern world is ordered.